So welcome to another FIFA video, and today we're going to be taking a look at the first confirmed FIFA 22 player ratings. We already knew about the confirmed ratings of the Fortieros and of course the icon cards that are coming back again for FIFA 22. But today I was really hoping that at 6 PM there wasn't going to be really any content on FIFA 21, and instead the full content will be on EA releasing the top 100 ratings to us that we could go and do a video on and have a look at. They haven't done that, unfortunately, so with only been 12 days until the access, we don't really have a full list of the top 100 player ratings. We know one of the players who will be in the top 100 who released his rating on Instagram earlier on today, but we're going to be having a look on Futbin. They've been going through some of the confirmed ratings of a few of the players that we have so far. I think they've got all of them up there. We're going to go on to the latest FIFA 22 cards that have been released. We'll go into that tab in just a second. We do know EA confirmed on their Twitter account. I'll show you in a second. We know that we will be getting Serie Player of the Month SBCs. It also looks like Antonio, he won Player of the Month for August. His SBC should be available at the start of FIFA 22 come early access as a player SBC, so that's going to be very good as well. But he won't be as English because he's changed his nationality now, of course, to Jamaican. But anyway, let's have a look. So, of course, we do have some of the Fortier cards there, and here are the first FIFA 22 player ratings. A lot of them are from the Serie A. There's a few others that Futbin haven't put on yet. An 81 rated Arnautovic. Pandev from Genoa, who's a 74 rated. And I believe there's one other as well, Van Bergen, who is a Dutch right winger who's got like 95 pace, and I think plays in the French league. But all the other cards that have been confirmed, the interesting ones at least, have been put onto Futbin. So as we know from all these, realistically there's a couple of 84s that we'll have a look in a second. All of these cards have received upgrades compared to their FIFA 21 cards. Mbappe going from a +1 upgrade. He's been given 2 extra passing, 2 extra shooting, and 1 more dribbling, 2 more physical, less defending. I think he had 39 defending last year, so a decrease on that. So that might be something we can expect to see this year. And is similar to attacking players are probably going to get defending reduced just all around. I don't think it's just going to be Mbappe that'll apply to. If it's going to apply to a lot of people. And then 97 pace is also 1 pace increase. He looks insane. He should fall into like the top 5 ratings. I would have thought top 5, top 6. Obviously, people like Lewandowski, Messi, Ronaldo are going to be the ones that will be probably higher rated than what maybe Kevin De Bruyne will be the same rating. Neymar might be the same rating. But he has a chance at getting into the top 5. But yeah, he confirmed that rating on his Instagram account earlier on today. We don't know what his skill moves or weak foot are going to be. And that's obviously why we're waiting for EA to reveal this full kind of list of the top 100, because then they're going to kind of specify the actual in-game stats. All we know so far is the base stats, which of course is a little bit frustrating. But it's something to kind of start off with at least, which is obviously better than nothing. Jude Bellingham, who's gone to his 7th now rated. He had a silver card, I believe, last year. If he gets a couple informs, and he'll need a couple informs. I mean, if he gets 1 inform, he'll go to 82, 83 rated. That would be half usable. But if he would get a 2nd inform, then he'll be fantastic. Because the 2nd inform, he'd be like an 85 rated or something like that, and he would be quality if he was to go to that. So a nice rating increase for him. It is deserved. Of course, he was called up to the England squad for the Euros this summer as well. Didn't really get too much game time, but I think we always knew that was going to be the case. But he's certainly still a part of that future England setup, and he'll be useful as a starting midfielder. Then we go 3 different Serie A players. Starting off with Nicolo Barella, of course, a part of that Euro-Italian winning side this summer. He looks really good. It's fantastic, and the rest of his card is nicely balanced. Again, this card only needs 1 inform. 1 inform, he goes to an 86 rated on the inform card. And he'll be pretty much, I mean, if he gets an inform, his physicality, his pace, and his passing all go into the 80s. His defending will go into the very high 70s. And his shooting will probably go into the mid 70s. And dribbling will be in the high 80s. So 1 inform, and he's going to be one of the best box-to-box midfielders you're going to be able to get in the Serie A. Even now, I know that a lot of his ratings or a lot of his stats are in the 70s, but they are in the very high 70s. And that's going to be good enough to start FIFA the first month or so. That's going to be key. So he'd be a great card to have early on. I feel like the Serie A as well, having lost Ronaldo this year, is going to get overlooked a lot now. But there's going to be a lot of underrated, very good players like himself that are going to be very usable. But I think quite cheap, because a lot of people tend to just kind of underrate the Serie A, especially since now Ronaldo, of course, is left to join United. Berardi is decent apart from his pace. and it kind of depends. We didn't obviously get access to a demo this year. The base gameplay is never going to be the product gameplay, which we'll end up playing in 12 days' time. That pace worries me a little bit. I feel like his pace has been given a reduction to last year. Maybe I'm wrong. Of course, he's the team with a season card last year. The rest of his cards fantastic. I mean, dribbling absolutely brilliant. Passing and shooting aren't going to be too bad either at the start of the game, but his pace obviously isn't ideal. He'd be a card that I think as a cam would be fantastic. You know, move him into that number 10 role in game. I mean, don't get me wrong, for the first few weeks, his pace won't be the end of the world, especially like a pace cams that apply to him. But it's going to be one of those things, is pace going to be a major part to this game, how he plays? It's going to have major impact. You know, history would go to say that yes, it will have a major impact, especially for for forward attacking players like himself. But again, if you've got a few informs, his pace is then all of a sudden fixed. But we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, 82 if it is definitely increased on his card from last season. And then Lucas Hernandez had his rating confirmed by himself, I think, just a little while ago. Fantastic pace on this card. Physicality, dribbling again. He's going to be quality left back. He's going to be very expensive. This card be the French, and there's so many amazing French players in so many different major leagues. Which you don't quite get, with obviously Barella. Okay, he plays at Inter Milan, one of the major clubs in Italy, but there's not as many. There's obviously a lot more overpowered French players in this game than there are Italian players, and a lot of people like to go for French hybrids building teams or French national teams, and he's going to be the best left back in that position. He's better than 85 Petit, for example. The baby icon Petit card. Hernandez is going to play better than him in game compared to an icon, but it'll be a card that will probably come with quite a hefty price tag for a fullback. I'm saying like 50,000 coins, maybe slightly more. But the Serie A already, though, with some nice confirmed ratings. If we go on to EA's Twitter page here, as you can see, they confirmed a few hours ago, new Serie A Player of the Month. They've announced a exclusive partnership with the Serie A, with commitment to grow our presence in Italian football, both now and in the future. Of course, EA doesn't have all the rights to all the Serie A clubs for FIFA 22, but I'm sure it's trying to work on getting that sorted. If we go and follow that link, I'm not exactly too sure what it's going to go into. There's a video there as well which you can kind of play yourselves, but yeah, obviously very good now that all the major leagues, of course, now have themselves Player of the Month cards. And when we go back into Ultimate Team, there is no news yet on the player ratings. Was really expecting it to come today at Friday. A lot of people as well were saying that it was going to come today, but it hasn't done, which is a major disappointment. We're only 12 days away from early access. It would be weird for it to come on a Saturday, but I'm guessing that's what they're going to do, because we're getting so close to it now. We need to kind of start to see some reveals for this, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe a few kind of more reveals, and some of them maybe more key one-to-watch players. We're kind of waiting on that. We're waiting on some more of the confirmed icons for FIFA 22, but there's quite a lot of things that we're completely unsure of going into FIFA 22, and in a way, I kind of like that, but I thought Friday today would have been the best day to kind of give us the full ratings for FIFA 22. So as you can see, they actually Footbin have their own little thing. Major upgrades to Barella and to Hernandez and to Bellingham as well, and back with that +1. But the decrease in actually have his defending changed. Look at that, 20 plus. But interestingly, a 2 decrease on pace, which is weird. And Barella gets a 4+ overall boost, yet none of his passing and pace goes up, which is bizarre. If you get a 4+ overall boost, how does your passing and pace not get increased with that? I just find that bizarre, but there's EA for you. But anyway, guys, hopefully we'll be back tomorrow. The full confirmed top 100 player ratings video. We'll have to wait and see. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.